Hi, everybody. And my name is Dr. Rhonda Taylor, and I'm the superintendent of Lakeside Union School District. And we are doing our first district community podcast. We're hoping to do one of these every couple of months, just really advertising the things that are going on in our community with our businesses, and what they do to support our community, and how we have a good relationship between our school district and our businesses, and we support each other back and forth. We're also going to have a board member each time we have a podcast, and we're going to have a school represented. And so this month, our school representation is from Tierra del Sol. So we have the following guests. We have Kathy Kassel with us from the Chamber of Commerce here in Lakeside. We have Andrew Hayes. He is our board president trustee for the Lakeside Union School District. We have Todd Owens, who runs our maintenance and facilities and transportation. He's going to talk to you about some cool construction projects that we have going on. We have Gary Mitrovich from the Lakeside Historical Society, and he's going to talk about the Historical Society and their role in our community. And we have Raj Zalavadia from Leo's Lakeside Pharmacy to promote his business and his partnership with our community. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Miss Kathy Kassel. I'm going to add her to our show. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for being here.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Oh. So I would like you to tell us a little bit about the Chamber and what's going on in our community with the Chamber. I think you might be frozen, though.
No, am I back?
Yes, you're back. Okay.
Well, the Lakeside Chamber, the purpose of the Lakeside Chamber is to support business and our local community. And so we're a membership-based nonprofit, and we provide the community with and we do that through advocacy. We advocate for our town and for our businesses. We create connections between the schools, our elected officials, and we support our community in any way that we can. We offer our businesses to the community and the community back to them. And so through that, we strengthen our local economy and ensure that our businesses are successful. So that's kind of in a nutshell. We also have a calendar on our website. So to check out our website, chamber.org, going on in the community, and you just click on the calendar. And if you have something going on in the community, please, we're happy to put it in the community. And some of the cool things that actually tonight for St. Patrick's Day, we have our March mixer, and it's going to be down at Mary's Donut out on the patio. And I know we have some Irish dancers coming, so it should be a lot of fun. And it's $5 for our chamber members and $10 for a potential chamber. And it usually has food and drink. So we're looking forward to that tonight. And then everyone knows the days is coming, the rodeo and the parade. And to kick that off, we're doing a breakfast April 5th. And we're actually going to be hosting it at the rodeo grounds. The El Capitan Stadium is going to talk about what they do and give those attendants the history of the rodeo and what the money goes to. I mean, we all know how much they give back. Well, actually, sometimes I wonder if people don't know. So that we wanted to do this because we do give away so much money to our schools and to our youth. So that's April 5th, 8:30 at the Lakeside Rodeo Ground. So that's on our calendar if anyone's interested. And then, of course, Western Days, just in general. The rodeo coming towards the middle end of April. I think the first show is the 21st, and then we host the Western Days Parade, which is on the 23rd. So,
that's always a lot of fun. I know that we enjoy preparing our floats from the schools to ride in the parade. It's always just such a great community event to see everybody lining the streets. So Kathy, thank you for all of that wonderful information. And I was going to ask you a question. How can the school district better partner with the chamber?
Well, I think word. We need to make sure that each other, the businesses supporting in the PTAs and vice versa. And so I think when students or parents or PTAs or teachers go into a business, I think they should identify themselves as part of the school and they're there to support the business community.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kathy, and thank you for being here. I hope you had fun and that you'll come back and do this with us again.
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me.
We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right.
Well, that was Kathy Kassel, and we had a really great conversation with her. Now we're going to bring forward our school board president or trustee president, Andrew Hayes. And I need to find, there he is. Welcome, Andrew. How are you today?
I'm good, Rhonda. How are you doing?
I'm just really tippy-tappy, having a great day today. So thank you for joining us and taking time out of your schedule. So I wanted to get a board member's perspective, and I'll be featuring several different board members as we move forward. But Andrew, why did you want to be a board member, and what do you hope to accomplish in your term?
Great. No, it's a great question. Well, I'm also glad that you're going to have all of our board involved because we are a diverse board. And so I think it's our strength, one of our great strengths, that we all come from different backgrounds. And so one of the reasons I ran, well, one is I grew up in Lakeside. I went to Lakeside schools. And not that long ago, if you look at me, I was there not very long ago. But I just love our community and I love our schools. And I wanted to take the knowledge that I had gained from working in the legislature and apply it in our school district and, advocate in Sacramento and make sure that, we can get resources we need. Unfortunately, smack dab in the middle of these past couple of years has been COVID, and that's really taken a lot of our attention. But many things that I started work on with you when you were on the board was we started working on civics. You'll remember we passed our civics resolution to sort of revamp how we talk about government and teach our kids about government. And I think that's critically important. Another thing that I'm super passionate about, and I know that I've talked with you about, and many people who will listen to me in the community about workforce programs. And I have a vision for our district becoming a funnel with Grossmont Union and being able to say, hey, we've got great FFA programs. We've got great trade programs that'll go and transfer all the way up to high school levels. And this really comes from me growing up in Lakeside, where I had lots of friends who wanted to go work right into the trades. But when they were in high school, they were told, oh, we need to go to college instead. Well, not everyone's cut for college. Not everyone's molded for college. And so I think in a blue collar community like Lakeside, it's important that we as the school district recognize that and provide those pathways for our students. And so I'm proud that Kathy was on the call because I know that we're in process right now, actually working with her on some of these ideas to bring some workforce components to our kids in schools. So if we can have a program that creates the demand for LCAP, similar to what we did with immersion, I think it's going to be great. So that's what I want to work on. And that's what I want to be able to pivot to working on now that COVID's fading away. We can start providing those great opportunities for our kids. And, lastly, one of the core reason I ran is I got a great education in Lakeside. And I want all kids in our community to get that same great quality I got when I was in Lakeside schools. And so that was the core reason I ran, in addition to all the other things that we talked about. But really, it's about the kids making sure they learn and they grow, and that we're here to oversee that process and support our staff in doing that. So I'm just really excited about the next couple years.
I am too. It sounds like we have some good things that we want to accomplish, and I'm proud to have you on my team. So
I'm glad you're the superintendent.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Andrew, I'm going to send you back to the green room, and I'm going to bring forward Todd Owens. He is our maintenance director and our facilities. If I can get his picture to come back up. There he is. Hi, Mr. Owens. How are you?
Hi, Rhonda. I'm very well. How are you?
I am very, very well as well. So I understand we have a lot of construction going on, and now we're at the point where we're going to start cutting ribbons and opening those buildings, and people are in them. So I would like you to kind of describe those projects for us, and we can talk about ribbon cutting dates and things like that.
Okay. So as you all know, we had several bond projects this year. We'll start with the first one. We'll start with, let's start with Tierra del Sol. So Tierra del Sol, we're doing a gymnasium on the backside of the campus. It's very large. It's going to have a main court with 2 side courts, has a hardwood floor. I'm wondering if I can share a couple pictures with you here. I'm going to try to pull up my screen and see if this sharing option will work, because I have some really great pictures here. Let me see if this will work. What are you seeing right now? Are you seeing my screen there?
I'm seeing you. If you go down to the bottom tab, there's a little share. Do you see the icon that says share?
Whoops. Let me go back up there. Share, correct?
So click that.
Okay.
And that should, do you have your pictures open on your screen, on your computer?
Entire screen and share. All right. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to share with me today. So anyway, we'll just skip forward because it'll be exciting. This will kind of save an opportunity for everybody to use their imagination for the ribbon cutting that's coming up. But basically, we built a gymnasium, has a hardwood floor. We took the Sun Devil logo, and it's in the middle of the floor. It's really big. Across the whole side of the wall, it says like home of the Sun Devils, and it has the big picture, as well as on the outside, which most people have seen. We also have a weight room that's going to be inside this building. So this will be one of our facilities. It will be an indoor PE building, physical education building, that will be air conditioning. So it'll be great, in those summer months when we're coming back into school. Those kids will be in some nice air conditioning. Along with that project, we also rebuilt the theater, or the multi-purpose space, right? So inside there, you're going to see that we redid the ceilings for better sound acoustics. We upgraded their lighting. We rebuilt the stage. It's all state of the art now. So those will be things that you'll see at the ribbon cutting. The ribbon cutting for Tierra del Sol, that's going to be April 1st. And that one's going to be from 12 o'clock to 1:30. And as we go through here, I guess I'm kind of going to go backwards, because next we'll talk about the Lakeside Farms project. We've pretty much rebuilt the campus over the past 2 years now. We acquired the piece of property next door, built a huge parking lot. It kind of turned the school to where that parking lot was on the side of the campus. So we decided to move the office to the front of the parking lot. So now, if you've driven by that area, you'll see the big red barn house. It's kind of cool looking, really puts the theme to the Lakeside Farms campus. So that was phase 1 of that project. And then from there, we're moving into the 200 and 300 building, which is going to be a new teacher's lounge. And that will also have a new food service area as well, as you hear my phone going off in the background here. I apologize for that. So that's broken into 3 phases. The first phase is done with the office itself. Now that is done, we're moving into phase 2 and 3 at the same time to try to speed up the process. But we are going to do the ribbon cutting because we are occupying that space right now. So those kids are able to enjoy that brand new office with health office and attendance. It's all in one. It really turned out nice. And that ribbon cutting as well will be on April 1st from 10 until 11:30. So we're putting together that flyer. We should have that out to the community here pretty soon, along with the Tierra del Sol one. And then lastly, we have the Lindo Park multi-purpose room. That multi-purpose room got put right where the old multi-purpose room. It's about 20 feet wider and about 20 feet longer. Overall, it is a phenomenal building inside. They actually have a real stage now. I would love to share the pictures, but again, I think the ribbon cutting and a little tour when it's open is going to be great for everybody to come in and see. So those projects are all pretty much, everything's finishing up. We're having ribbon cuttings at Lindo Park on April 1st as well. And that one will be from 8 to 9:30. So as soon as we get the flyers ready, we'll distribute them out through the community, through our website and everything, so that we invite the public to come and see those wonderful projects.
Sounds great. We've been waiting so long for these completion projects so that we can get into these buildings. I was over at the Lakeside Farms office today, and it really is a very unique space that it complements the community well, being the Lakeside Farms and just kind of a little bit more country-esque over there to have this big barn be the office. It's really fun. So, yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today, Todd, and we'll get those flyers out so everybody can come to our ribbon cuttings.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, and so now we are going to talk with Gary Mitrovich from the Lakeside Historical Society. So, Gary, what can you tell us about the Lakeside Historical Society and its purpose in our community?
Well, the obvious role is preservation and education of the history of Lakeside. We also want to honor the families and the people that came here and created Lakeside. And of course, some of the buildings that represent that old time. But really, more and more, we want to involve the community and get involved in the community because we have a piece of the community historically, but we want to be there to move the community forward. So we've been trying to do that a little more. And then once we get into the community, we get people interested or aware and interested in what we're doing. And it works both ways. And we get people coming to us too.
Right. And so I know that the Historical Society does a lot for the school district as well, and that there's some days coming up where our schools come and actually take a little field trip over at your place over there.
Yeah, we're very excited to be able to do that again. Obviously, Andrew spoke of the pandemic putting a whole lot of stuff off. We haven't been able to do this, what we call living history days. I'll tell you that back in '83. Well, let me back up real quick. We're celebrating our golden anniversary this year, which is kind of a cool thing. 50 years as a historical society. And I did some looking back. And in 1983, we actually began working with the school district to create a curriculum for third graders about local history. And it was about 2007 that we started this great partnership. We call it Living History Days, where the third graders come to our old community church, which is the old center of town, and we want to continue that kind of tradition. And they learn hands-on about history and the way things used to be back then. And I got to tell you, kids, I mean, I've had some of my nieces and nephews go through it. They remember that thing really well. It really makes an impact on them. And part of it is because we have this big old hands-on thing. Kids aren't just sitting there. We're not just talking to them. They get to milk a cow. Not a real cow, but it's it's still milking. It's a practice model. We teach them how to braid their hair, which sounds like, oh, that shouldn't be too old, but you'd be surprised. How to sew a button on a shirt, how to create a little old-fashioned button toy that you would think no child would be interested in, and they just love this stuff, and it's really fun. For the kids, and it's fun for us too. We just have a great time interacting with them. So we're really looking forward to be able to do that again in the first week of June. We're just about to gear up towards that. Like next week, we're starting our planning.
It sounds fun. So I've participated in this program as a teacher a long time ago with the curriculum, and as a principal going out and watching my kids just have a really good time over at the Historical Society with the Living History Day. So thank you for all that you do for us, to your organization. And again, kind of like I was asking Kathy, is there a way that we can in turn support you guys back?
Well, just by coming by and visiting us. We have a museum. It's all static displays, but it's interesting to look at and interact with us. And we're having more and more community events. We're going to try to have a little summer concert in June as well. That'll be open to the public, little music on a Friday evening, and maybe even some food there. And so those types of things we're trying to get, and we want to have a mixer there too, a chamber mixer to get more people involved with us. So just come on by and bring the kids, because they get kind of a kick out of some of the old stuff that they have, and they have no idea what it used to be, like rotary telephones. So
right. Well, we will sure do that. Thank you, Gary, for being here with us today.
Thank you. My pleasure.
And now I'm introducing my friend Raj Zalabadia from Leo's Lakeside Pharmacy. And so, Raj, I know that your pharmacy has been working so hard to support our community these last couple of years. Can you describe that for me?
Yes, Rhonda, thank you. So, you know that Leo's Lakeside Pharmacy is here since 1960, and we have been a family-owned and operated independent community pharmacy. We thrive in taking care of our valued customer, one customer at a time. Last few years very tough due to COVID, but then we got and we work really hard to very easy for our elder customer. They had a hard time getting appointment and stuff. We kept it walking, and we kept staff. We brought another pharmacist intern, and double up staff. So we end up doing one day 316 shots.
Oh, wow.
Last 2 months we were very busy, and now it's slowing down, but a lot of community people came. They really liked after vaccination. They told us that thank you for doing, even though they came first time,
Right.
couple blocks away, but they said, oh, I 1,000 times I passed by your farm, but vaccination bring them in. And once we do them, and they are bringing their prescription now too, so it's good for business, for community.
Yeah. Well, I'm appreciative of all that you do for our community. And I tell you, having moved my personal services to your pharmacy now, I so appreciate just the hometown feel when you walk in there. You're not standing in this huge long line like at CVS, not bagging on CVS, but it's just a different experience. And so I think that you guys are doing a great job. And thank you for all that you do for our community, Raj.
That's what I want to do, give a exceptional customer service at pharmacy. We want to know our customer by their first name. And most of the time we want to know when you step in what you're looking for, so we can take care of you. I want you to know that we want to get into community, like we part of Lakers. Whatever they do, we do. Like they do in trick or treating. We get lots of kids from Montessori school, nice trickers. We get couple hundred of those, and nice when we get to do treating. All the business do that. Then we do Lakeside Rodeo. We do Western Kids, El Capitan Football, Go Vaqueros. We sponsor them. We also do Miss Lakeside pageant. We do sponsor local churches. We are part of member of Lakeside Historical Society, Main Avenue Revitalization Association, MARA, Lakeside Women's Clubs, and it's like a whole community, small, tight community, and it's a very nice feeling when we take part on all the activities.
Yeah, it is. So if you're watching this and you have not moved your services over to Leo's Lakeside Pharmacy, you need to do that because it's a great hometown shop and a great pharmacy, and they have the best selection of cards, birthday cards, any kind of card that you could want. Such an amazing selection, so convenient and so close. Thank you for being with us today, Raj.
Thank you, Rhonda. We appreciate you doing this. This is my first podcast. I'm so happy.
And we'll get better at it as we move on, right? But thank you so much for being there.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And now I'm going to bring in Dr. Leslie Hardiman. She is the proud principal of Tierra del Sol Middle School, does amazing things over there for her students. So Leslie, give me some highlights on what's going on at TDS.
Hi, Rhonda. Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm super excited about all the things that are happening at TDS, but this is a super exciting time to be in classrooms. So we are in the middle of completing our cross-curricular projects. That is like the shining gem of TDS is working on our design thinking and our cross-curricular projects. So our sixth grade students are currently working on their design thinking projects around water conservation. And you will see our students creating some amazing projects that will affect not only their home, but their community and our school. Our 7th grade students are working on food systems and looking at how diseases affect the food and the body systems. And so they're working on some great projects. And then our 8th grade students have been working on contact forces, genetics, and flight and space. And so the programs that they're working on, the projects that they're working on, they're hoping to really affect the community and be able to have opportunities to spread that word. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm super excited to talk about our open house that is coming up. That is going to be on April 28th. And it's going to be more, it's going to be like a TDS extravaganza. And so it's going to be our open house. It's going to be students presenting their cross-curricular projects. Our immersion students are going to be presenting their portfolios. And we're going to have our college fair going on. So we're going to have representatives from the junior colleges. I'm glad that Mr. Hayes talked about the Lakeside Chamber and talking about, their workforce programs, because we are going to have careers and hopefully careers and businesses in Lakeside that can talk about entrepreneurship and, internships that are available to students. We're going to have representatives from military and law enforcement as well for students who are interested in those practices and making sure that they understand the different avenues that they have. And then we're also going to have representatives from the Lakeside Chamber there as well as Health and Human Services to give information for our families. So we're super excited about that too. We are also super excited about partnering up with the Stadium Association, and we do want to tell them thank you. And we're super grateful for all of the support that they give us throughout the year. And it's just been amazing. And last but not least, our robotics team made it to finals, and they made it to the top 16 this past weekend. And so we're super excited to them and for our robotics teacher, Mr. Nguyen. So that's all the great things that are happening at TDS.
That's awesome. That's quite a list you have there. So then I also understand that we're going to be opening your new gymnasium and we'll have that ribbon cutting ceremony. We have a lot of teachers that are coming back that once taught at TDS. So because it's also the 50th anniversary is my understanding. So there's a lot going on your campus right now.
Yes, and we're hopefully going to have a great reception for them as they tour our new gym and our new multi-purpose room. So we're having a lot of alumni come back, a lot of past teachers who are super excited and who've always been, hoping for that gym. And we have some, a little bit of surprises too. So it's going to be great.
Good. Sounds like fun. So you and the Lakeside Historical Society are the same age. They're having their 50th, if I heard that correctly. So how fun. Not you, but TDS, sorry. But well, thank you for being here and updating us on what's happening over in TDS.
Thank you so much for inviting us. This is super fun and we appreciate it.
Okay. I'm sending you back to the green room. So that is our first podcast, and we had a little trouble with some screen sharing. We'll work those things out. But like I said, I really want to do this every couple of months so that we can really showcase our community and our schools and the partnerships that we're developing with each other. So thank you for joining, and we'll wrap that up for today.